All right, I'm back to do another video. Um, I know I'm doubling up on videos, and some of it is just, I'm like doing shorts and then actually going into detail on videos that I've done on shorts. So, with that being said, like, subscribe, share. Each one teach one. Pass the message on. What it's all about. So. Um, I have a singing bowl here. I'm going to ring this singing bowl. If you're on earpods, earbuds, if you're on a PC, whatever it may be, you might want to turn it down. So, I'm going to ring the singing bowl, and here we go. And I don't know what's going on with this lighter. The flame is high. It was flaming low before, but now it's like blazing high, and I don't know how to turn it down. Lighting a little bit of Palo Santo to try to, you know, make some, clear it up, your negative energy, that sort of thing. So, all right, all right. Now, what what does internal happiness mean to you? What does the internal happiness mean to you? A lot of people think that things that are on the outside is what make you happy. And this is like far from the truth. Well, I mean, money, cars, gold, jewelry, house, all of this stuff it doesn't make you happy. It doesn't make you internally happy. You have that rich person that's a rich friend that has a lot of money, but yet they're miserable. And it's because their internal is not happy. It's because they don't love themselves. I'm not saying that they don't love themselves, but I am saying that their happiness is not internal. It's external, and it's conforming to the world of what the world sees and they're conforming to the world instead of conforming to themselves and conforming to the inside of themselves versus the outside. Internal happiness is blissfulness. Internal happiness is a state of mind, a state of being, a state of well-being. You know, it's peace. You know, it's like when you get up in the morning, you like everything quiet. You don't like a lot of noise. You don't like this. You don't like that. And it's that inner peace. It's what makes you happy. The inner knowing of loving yourself and knowing yourself and literally being internally happy with yourself. Because what the outside world wants for you is to be miserable along with everyone else. The outside world wants you to suffer with the outside world. The outside world wants you to fornicate. The outside world wants you to gamble, drink, drugs, nightclubs. That's what the outside world wants you to be. The outside world wants you to be stuck to a phone, to your face. The outside world wants you to watch, tell lies to your vision, like watching TV. They want to keep you entrapped into all of these outside things instead of what's in the inside. They don't want you to go inside. They want you to keep your focus on the outside of what's going on around you instead of what's within. Internal happiness, like I said a minute ago, is blissfulness. It's you don't conform. You don't conform to the outside world. You only conform to you, and you only go by your beat of the drum. You only go by your heart, what beats within. You go if you're quirky, you go by your quirkiness. If you're happy, happy go lucky, you go by your happiness. You go by your way of being, and everyone has their own special way of being. We're not all the same, but we are all one. We all have different characteristics about each other. Some of us may take on some traits of others, but and I notice this a lot in a lot of relationships. There's always a dominant person in a relationship to where this person takes on some traits of the person that they're with. But does it really make you happy to take on someone else's traits? Why not be you yourself? Oh, I care about your hair. Oh, I care about your shoes. Oh, I care about your clothes. Oh, I care about your weight. Oh, I care about how fit you are. Oh, I care about these things because that's all superficial. What you need to make sure is your Christ light is happy, your spirit is happy. Everybody's so keen on looking on the outside instead of looking looking on the outside. Everyone's so keen on that, and nobody's too much caring about the happiness within. It's always on the outside, and it should be within. That is how it should be. But everyone so worried about the outside. My family's always talking about, oh, I gotta go on a diet, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I want to get down this much, and it's like, why are you worried about the outside? What's with the inside? I mean, the internal. Anytime somebody worry about weight and how they look, it should be because of health reasons. It should be because of, and I know some of us we want to display an image because I know I want to display. I want to give on how I'm supposed to. We wear the uniform. Let's just put it like this: we wear the uniform how we want the world to see us. You know, so if I want to place myself as someone that is um, of great stature of holiness and pure and righteousness, and faithfulness. If I want to do that, I would have to dress a certain way because it's like the Pope. The Pope comes out, he has his hat on. The Pope has his hat on. You know, he has this like robe on. And this is how it you know how society has been trained to be. You got a priest that has a collar and has a white collar. You know, but you can't send it to a reverend or deacon because they don't dress that way. But let's say you go to a choir. Here we go to choir. They got a robe on. When you see the choir, you got a robe. Okay. Get married. There's a wedding dress and a tuxedo. You got your maid of honor and your best man. You got them dressed and they all wearing the same colors. You know, everyone wants to dress the part for the outside world, which is fine, but to whose to what extent, or to whose extent? Is it to please yourself or please everyone on the outside? Because in retrospect, you're not pleasing yourself, you're pleasing the world, you're pleasing Satan, you're pleasing adversary, you're not pleasing the Almighty, you know. So my advice and my way I see it is, when it come down to it, at the very end, when you lay down at night, or when you come in from work, when you're laying down, and I know some of you all have a significant other, but there are some of us that don't. But when you lay down at night, or when you come in from work, or whatever it may be, it's all about you. In the end, it's about you. When you pass, it's only you passing. When you move on from this world, it's only you moving on from this world. When you go out and you do things that are not supposed to be, who's paying for it? You yourself. So is that word me, myself, and I? That's who pays for it. You see what I'm saying? So conforming to the world and doing other things that other people want, and it's not what you want to be happy, why conform to it? Why conform to the world? Conform to your own inner happiness. Because that's the only way you're going to be happy, truly happy. It's conforming to your own inner happiness, your own going within yourself, and truly, truly be happy. Going within yourself and truly loving yourself. Because before you can love anyone else, you have to love yourself. And to me, um, I always had this. I've always had this envy of those that have families. You know, even though I don't have one, even though I didn't have one, even though I grew up um, no father, but a woman who said that she was my mother. You know, I grew up in this household with three women, and I'm the only male that's there. Of course, I've had stepfathers, but they wasn't much of a stepfather, not to me, but you know, what I'm saying is just don't conform to the world. Only conform to your inner happiness. Because at the end of the day, it's about you. It's about what makes you happy in the inside. Being yourself. Letting down your hair. And you don't have to do this in public, but just in your mind, in your head, in your being, in your well-being. You're letting down your hair. It comes down to it, it's only you. You are the one have to pay for your sins. You are the one that have to pay for anything that you do wrong. You are the only one that pay for anything that you do right. Because when you do right, you get triple of what you do right about. If you can understand what I'm saying, or if you can understand what I'm saying, I'm sorry. And if you can understand what I'm saying, if you can resonate with what I'm saying. Because when it comes down to it, nobody else can tell you what to do. Because it's like this, you know, some people always run out to try to find out, to try to ask other people, well, what should I do? What's this? What's that? You know, how should I be? You know, when it literally comes down to you, nobody can tell you what to do. Because in effect, it's always you. You're laying down in a bed. You, it's your destiny. It's your life. It's your it's your life. I mean, it's your happiness. It's all up to you. You can't let anyone dictate your happiness or take happiness away from you. What does your happiness mean to you? Is the question. So I'm telling you, you have to go within. So once you can appreciate yourself and appreciate your happiness, appreciate what you're feeling in the inside, then you will know happiness. You will know what it means to be happy. This is real stuff. Then you will know what it means to feel happy, truly happy, or for that matter, truly free. Free to love. And that's when I say free to love, I mean free to love yourself. Because before you can love anyone else, you have to love yourself through and through, highs and lows, and love yourself enough and be happy with yourself enough, internal happiness, that you don't beat yourself up about other things that are going on or other things that are on the outside of you. There was one part in the Bible, and it speaks about the carpenters, and it speaks about how measuring the temple, not from the outside, but from the inside, and leave the outside for the Gentiles. Think about that. Measuring the temple from the inside, from wall to wall, from ceiling to floor, and leave the outside to the Gentiles. I'm going to leave it here. Line of Judah, ancestor of the Lyrians, out.